Coco's cask. You don't want to spill the contents of Coco's cask all over the floor. This is an environmentally friendly adventure. No littering. This poking around won't help you uncover anything that you can't already see, which isn't much. It's a Wombat Chow food dispenser. It costs money. You have $19. You insert a dollar coin into the slot and turn the dial. In return, you receive a handful of Wombat Chow pellets. A man possessing many years and books worth of accumulated knowledge, the mayor makes up for bodily inaction with an impressive capacity for trivial information.
Excuse me. Sir.
What? Oh, no need for formalities. Just mayor will do.
Right. Mayor, I thought I might ask.
You're new in town, ain't you?
Yes, I am. The name's...
That's nice. Always a pleasure to meet a new citizen of Anazira.
Well, actually, I'm not staying.
Splendid. You'll fit right in. Where are you living?
I don't really have a place.
Fabulous. Used to live there myself early on. Anyhow, gotta get back to work. Come back anytime you want to ask something about the town. You can show your way out, I presume.
Mr. Mayor?
You again? Now what can I do for you this time?
Is there anything you can tell me about Rita?
Now there's a fine catch for anyone who can bait that snapper.
You know her?
Of course. I've watched her grow into the woman she is today. Her father would be proud. Fine man he was. Family used to be mighty wealthy. He's been gone a good couple of years now. Did my best to fill his shoes, but it wasn't the same. Rita still misses him terribly, but there's no sense dwelling on the dead, not when there's still blood in your veins and you got a woman like Rita to warm you up.
You just said you're her father figure.
Yeah, but that don't mean I can't admire nature's freshest fruit. Rita's ripe for the picking. Who'll get to pluck her? Now that's the big question.
How did you become mayor?
Hard work, son. Hard work.
The last mayor died, didn't he?
In this very chair.
And no one could be bothered electing a new one?
Just moved right into the office during the funeral. No contest.
Nice town you have here.
Be even better if it weren't for that kid.
What kid?
Bubba's boy. He's only 5, but he's got a heck of a throwing arm on him. I've had to fix 5 windows in the past 4 weeks.
Have you ever heard of attention deficit disorder?
What? What did you say?
Never mind.
The book of births, deaths, and marriages is opened to the deaths section. The last entry is dated almost a year ago. Either no one has died in that time, or the mayor hasn't been keeping up with the paperwork. An old grandfather clock confirms how much time you've wasted looking at it, or it would if it weren't broken. The mayor either was a successful hunter in his day, or he just paid someone to do it for him. A large, bare throw rug dominates the floor of this office. A long gun is displayed prominently in its case. Though dusty, it has seen more action in its day than you. Brand new ammunition shells. The fireplace is redundant during the summer. Thank goodness the mayor knows that. You've already taken one shotgun shell. You'd better leave the rest of them alone in case the mayor notices. Some small, obtainable rocks lie upon the path. The tree stretches above you, providing some shade in the blistering desert heat. The desert, seemingly endless, stretches out before you. Its vast, arid expanse beckons you. A stick has fallen from the tree nearby.
What else can you tell me about Rita?
Rita likes the intelligent, thoughtful and caring sort. Someone who appreciates her for who she is and what she values. The right gift will...
Get her to come back east with me?
Not quite, but it will get you a look in.
Blazin' Kev. Blazin'. Drinks are
So, this gift.
Look, what'd you give a girl on a first date?
A prenuptial agreement?
Try a flower.
I don't know a flower from a bucket of horse manure. Some of them even smell the same to me.
A man you might be asking is Mayor Herbie Trinkwasser. He's always had a green thumb, from the days before he started sitting on it.
Well, thanks. Tell me, Kevin, why did you come to Anazira?
My ancestors migrated to live in New York. Fair few of the Irish came out that way, you know.
That might explain the unorthodox spelling in this country.
Suppose it might. Anyhow, I grew tired of the hustle of the city. Wanted to make my own way in the quiet of the world.
By getting as far from civilization as possible?
Something like that.
Why a saloon, though?
My family's always been partial to the drop. As our preacher used to say, the Lord may be our shepherd, but it's the sheep who have the fun.
Say, Kevin, you must see a lot from that side of the bar.
You might be saying that.
I am saying... Oh, right. I was wondering, what's the strangest thing you've seen here?
In the saloon? Lord and liquor love us all. I've seen a mighty few sights to be told.
So do tell.
'Twas the sheriff's birthday in the autumn gone. The few who hadn't run across his path since his last birthday were invited.
Not too many, then.
Aye, now the sheriff had been on the grog all evening, and it was enough to send him on stage. Bellowing and bounding he was, like a banshee in a bottle. Then in the middle of his number he decided best to go the full Monty.
You don't mean...
Off come every belt, buckle and beaten stick. No one got much of a look though, because the next moment he's stage diving, right onto the mare.
I bet he'd deny that.
Deny it? He'll be lucky to remember it.
Hey, Kevin, I bet you've heard a few...
You're asking whether I be having the dirt on anyone?
Well, yeah.
Maybe there's a couple of things I'd be willing to let on. You're not hearing them from me, of course.
Of course.
Now this is just rumour, you understand. Nothing in it, except sounds and syllables.
Got it.
There'd be a young man at the postal office who would answer the name of Rick. Now he'd be a tad young for the activities of older folk. But if there be one thing about the lad, it's that he doesn't let a minor thing like age prevent him from pursuing his goals. He'd come to that time of his life when nature calls in that special way, and you're not sure how to answer. Sophie trots one night to the hospitality house in search of a solution.
Don't tell me they let him in.
I've never known low effort to turn down a business prospect. So, in the lad goes, and he's set up nicely with one of the girls.
I'm not sure I want to hear this.
It'll be over soon. For you see, while Rick was following his impulses, he was as frightened as a fairy in a furnace. I hear they're still washing his fear off the sheets.
Ew.
Like I said, it's just a rumour. You might say a dirty rumour.
Know any other rumors, Kevin?
Now that you be asking, I do have this one tale told me by an old friend. Concerns a certain mare. Don't suppose you'd be interested in hearing about that.
I'm all ears.
Knew that the second I saw you. The mare, they say, hooked up once with a girl from out of town. Real pretty, smart clothes, had all the trimmings, in and out of them.
Sounds nice.
Would have been. Next morning she was gone. No note, no nothing.
So that was the end of that.
Hardly. 9 months later the mare gets left a little package. The kind that makes noises at the wrong hours and soils itself. So our mare, it goes and does what any self-respecting, image-conscious politician would do.
Adopted the kid?
Disowned him. Hid the boy in the luggage of some passing preachers.
Poor kid.
Not really. Turns out there was some rich cult that practiced polygamy. Here he's been wed 14 times and he's not even 20 yet. Bought a heap of undeveloped land on the west coast. It'll be worth bucket loads when the frontier catches up. When the mayor heard about his son's good fortune, he wrote the boy a letter in hopes of reconciling their non-existent relationship.
Did he get a reply?
A whole 2 words, but I wouldn't feel right repeating them.
I'm in the mood for another rumor, Kevin.
I'll do you one better. The only thing worse than a rumour is the real thing. There be any number of untamed animals out in the wilderness, but none so feral as the son of Bubba, the town horse wrangler.
What does the little tacker get up to?
Ha! What doesn't he get up to? It wasn't so long ago he was content just to throw rocks at the mayor's window, rip clothes off the lines and set fire to hay bales. But he's grown up real fast now. They reckon it was him that snuck into Coco's store one night, drank half his brew, tipping the rest out onto the street. Strong little bugger. He's even thought of nicked off with horseshoes from half the town's horses. Along with a clock tower bell, he's getting craftier and crazier by the day. Wouldn't surprise me if he's taken a digging up the graves.
Sounds like a monster. How old is he?
I'd say he'd be getting on 6 now. You're starting to repeat yourself, lad. Sure you wouldn't like to be having a drink? Help get your thoughts in order. You're starting to repeat yourself.
You'll need to stand. Do you? A drink menu. A drink. Blazin' Kev. You select.
You're starting to repeat yourself, lad.
You'll need to stand up first.